Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good evening. Happy Sabbath. I want to share the message about biblical view of world history. Well, there's a two view how to see the world history. If we see only what happened with our own eye, maybe we cannot understand what will be happening in the future. But if we have little spiritual concept to understand about the world history through the Bible, we know what was happened, and we will know what is going on now, and again, we will know what will happen in the future. Let's read the Bible together.
This decision is by the decree of the watchers, and sentenced by the word of the Holy Ones, in order that the living may know that the Most High rules the kingdom of man, gives it to whomever he will, and sets over it to the lowest of men.
Yes, Bible says that the Most High, the God, is the one who rules in the kingdom of the man. We say that we make the world, and we say that we will change the world, but according to Bible, God is the one who rules the kingdom of the man. He put the king, sometimes he put the president in right time, in right place. It doesn't mean that we don't have a free choice. Surely like this. We have a free will, and we think. We decide, and we even choose who will rule us, like a president. And we think that we are the one who making the world, but Bible doesn't say that way. The Bible says this way: yes, you do that. I don't touch your free will, but I know what you are going to choose. I know what will happen for the next. So I'm the one who rules the world. God is the one who chooses the king. He knows our choice. Everything actually in his hands. We have two views of how world started. This is a simple thing. Some say that God created the world, and there is another theory, that the evolutionary theory. So world, it seems like now giving us choice which one we are going to believe. Some say that I believe the evolution, and also I believe in God. But actually, once you agree with evolutionary theory, then you cannot go for the creation. In other words, if you believe the creation, you cannot compromise with the evolutionary theory, because they are really against each other. What do you think? Nice. Where you come from? Creation. We have two choices which we are going to believe. Either creation or revolutionary theory or something. But actually there is a two big major people say who I am created by the God, and some say I am come from actually boiling rock. Boiling rock somehow made a kind of, amoeba or bacteria or something. This is actually real bacteria that become problem now in the United States. the amoeba which is eating the brains. So there is no the cureness. So 97% who got the amoeba, they will die. So people really believe that they come from the amoeba. Well, sure. So today, I want to review all the history from the Genesis. I hope if I can reach up to the Daniel. But this is the story which you understand, but maybe you do not know when and what was the time it was happened. The Bible says that the world is about 6,000 years old. You know, the perfect number in the Bible is just 7. Right? We have 1 week. How many days? 7 days, and we work 6 days, and 1 day we take a rest. Well, last 1 week was a so hard week because we still work and we still helping for the funeral of Danny. So God is ordering about the 7 days a week like this. The 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do not work, no work. That is the reason why we follow the Bible. We take a rest for the 7th day. Well, this 7 is not only come for the days. Yes, it comes with the years. When the land is cultivated for 6 years, God says that, order give the land a sabbatical 1 year. This one, can you read it for me?
6 years you shall sow your field, and 6 years you shall prune your vineyard, and bear its fruit. But in the 7th year there shall be a Sabbath of solemn rest for the land, a Sabbath to the Lord. You shall neither sow your field nor prune your vineyard.
Yes. So even they do cultivate the land, and they cultivate for 6 years, and God ordered 1 year after 6, you should let the land take a rest. So Israel people up to now, they don't cultivate. The 7th year, what they do, they rent it to other people. I don't know what kind of thinking they have. But supposed to be, they must not have any cultivation. But because they want to follow the order from the God, and they don't want to break it, or in same time, they don't want to lose their money. So what they are doing is like this. For 6 years, they cultivate the land by themselves. And 7th year, they don't work, but they let foreigner work in the field. And they said they keep the commandments of the Lord. Well, I don't agree. How do you think that? And there's another say that. So many Christians also understanding that this earth designed for 6,000 years, God will give 1,000 years of sabbatical years to the earth. Is this biblical or not? Have you heard about this? So 6,000 years and 1,000 will be rest. I can say that this is somewhat biblical too. Can you read this?
And he cast him into the bottom of his pit, and shut him up, and set a seal on him, so that we should receive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years were finished.
Yes. This is a scene after Jesus to come for the second coming. Everybody will be lifted to the heaven. Not everyone, but the people who saved. And this earth will be bound. The Satan will be bound here in this earth, and he shall stay, but he cannot, speak to other people because everybody in that position that time. So for 1,000 years, he cannot do anything, but this earth will be stage of the rest. So the Bible with the number 7, it understands this way. We work for 6 days, and we rest 1 day. Even the land is cultivated for the 6 years, and land will rest 1 year. And world history will continue for 6,000 years, and world history will rest for 1,000 years. This is a somewhat biblical. Yes, anyway, back to the creation. I believe surely there is a creator. It is a very simple. Like a TV like this, LG TV. Somebody designed it, somebody made it. It is here because somebody else made it, and also the cell phone, like you have, somebody designed it, somebody made it. Even the laptop I'm using, somebody designed it, and somebody made it. If you try to believe that, this computer mechanism just made it as an accident without designing. You just come from far away and you come back home, then your food was ready like that by itself somehow. I cannot believe it. The food is there because someone cooked for it. The laptop, can it be exist if we just stand by and sit down for 6 billion and million years? Let's just say 1 billion years, we stand by and sitting down and see it. If this will be made by himself with accidentally, what do you think? No. Computer is kind of sensitive, and you can see the mechanism is very complicated. But the human being, more than many million times, we are more complicated than the laptop. I believe this. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. How simple is it? We don't need to explain how we are here now. The reason we are here now is because God created the people. But when I ask, not the TV, not the laptop, not the phone, if I ask like this, what of the people, what of the trees, and what of the tiger or the rabbits, or any things in the nature, how they were become exist. Do they have creator too? Some says no, they don't have a creator. Some say that it was just to happen. But actually it is not scientific either. It is not understandable too. Bible says like this. Can you read it?
Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping things and beasts of the earth, each according to its kind." And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps from the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good.
Yes. This is a really opposite with the evolutionary theory, because the evolutionary theory, they make it from this kind that jump to other kind. Do you understand? From the fish, it become mammal, other kinds. Just imagine, if I give you like a 2 million year, do you think you can make it yourself as a fish? If I just let you stay in the ocean, and I will keep on giving you the food freely, then do you think like after 1 million years and you will have some kind of fins by yourself? Or you will die before you reach a day. So evolutionary theory is something like that, which is not supporting bioscience. If the fish come out from the water, if octopus come out from the water, they can stay for a minute, but they cannot stay more than a minute. Why? Because they know that they will die. Sometimes octopus is very smart. So what the octopus is doing, when they see the shark is going to attack him, the octopus jump over the water, and seeing if shark is gone already or not.
Camouflage.
Yeah, something. And then after that, he come in again to the water. But if I say that, then why don't you just, make yourself that stay outside all the time so that you are not attacked by the shark? But I'm sure if the octopus was seen by Korean, then that one is already. And if that was seen by the Japanese, octopus will become what? You know what kind of food it will be, right? Takomaki. Okay. How God created the people? How God created the people? With its own kind? No. God created us in His image. Can you read it?
And God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in His own image. In the image of God He created him. Male and female He created them.
Yes. The God is keep on speaking that I create you, I create you. I also somewhat understood, I think yesterday morning or this morning, I was keep on thinking, why in our image? Why God made His image? What do you think? Why? And as you read this, then He made us to rule the world. Because we are like His likeness. Do you understand? And He, the God, created us in our image. Why do you think He created us not with someone's image, but His own image? Have you think about this before? I got the answer why. You look this picture. Me, my daughter, we have same image. The reason God is saying that our image, keep on saying that I made you my image, meaning to say you are mine. You are my children. I'm the father, not the monkey, not the chimpanzee, but I'm your father. So when He keep on saying our image, the meaning to say our relationship is a father and a son. That is the reason why we, as He rule everything, He let us rule the world. And He made us in His image. Sure. After a few, I don't know how long it took, a few maybe times later, the Eve is eating the forbidden fruit. And Adam ate together with the Eve. And God Himself come down immediately and He proclaimed, and I will put enmity between you is a serpent, which is a Satan, and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. So meaning to say, great controversy started with this announcement. So the world is splitting with the good and evil, and world is splitting with the Satan's children and the children of God. Well, anyway, in the Genesis, God is saying that who will win. Why? And it says that he is who? The Jesus. Shall bruise your head. Your is the Satan's head. Head means the life. So actually, from the Genesis, actual destination was destined. So there is no changes that I'm sure that Jesus did, and we will win because we are in the Jesus. the world changed. And God is saying that just before the Noah's flood. It says that, and the Lord said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he is indeed flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. 120 years meaning to say they will live for 120 years if they long very well. And the other meaning, that after 120 years there will be something happen in this world and everybody will be die. Okay. So it says that they become flesh after we make a sin. But what about before, when we were created? We not flesh then? The Bible says this way. Can you read it so that you will be awakened little? Okay.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being.
Yes. Actually, living being, that being, the words nephesh, meaning the soul, spirit, life. So we were more on the spiritual creature, not the flesh. But when we make a sin, we choose the flesh. That is the reason why we become flesh. The Bible clearly says that we were more on the spiritual people before we make a sin. Well, anyway, once the man started to corrupt it, they were so amazed people before. Just imagine, we are thinking that they were stupid, but it's not. Their IQ and their brain was much better than we have now. If you read it, some other article, you can see it very easily. And they live much longer than we are. So all the information they don't have to write down because they have good brain. They can memorize everything if they see. But God regret why God, He created the people. So the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from face of the earth, both man and the beast, creeping things and birds of the air. For I am sorry that I have made them. It doesn't mean that God made a mistake. God already knew from the beginning the people will be being this, will become like this. I have a question. When the woman get pregnant, the woman already know that how it will be painful when they deliver the baby. Yes, they know. But they still make a baby. My wife says that like this. When she has in pain, labor pain, she was so painful. But once the baby come out immediately, she forget everything. Tanan, am I correct? She's correct? Right. God, before He created the people, He know that pain. But He still created the people. Because He knows what will be His happiness too. So anyway, it was happened on Noah's flood. And everybody died, and only the people who worshiped the God was survived. I have a computation this afternoon, and it took me some time because I need to compute one by one, because this is a generation from the Adam to Noah, and Noah made 3 children. When Adam reached the age from the creation, surely, when he reached about 130, he make a birth, and the Seth is the son come out from the Adam. Actually, he's a third son. But Seth is the generation of the good. That's why we don't count the Cain or Abel, because Abel died because Cain killed him. And the Seth 105, and the 800 is after the Adam got the Seth. 800 years he lived more, so he died at the age of 930. But when I compute one by one, when they make a baby, Adam lived until Lamech become 56 years old, and Lamech is the father of Noah. Do you understand? So Adam lived quite long, and Adam saw Enoch go to heaven. Do you understand? So when I compute one by one, it becomes so amazing. And the Methuselah died the same year where there was a flood. Because the flood came when Noah became aged 600 years. So when I compute everything, the Noah's flood from the creation, it comes from 1,656 years later, the flood came. And Lamech died before Methuselah. He died because he died 5 years before the flood. But Methuselah lived the same time of the flood. When Enoch, he was took by God to heaven. So, well, this is not understandable. Maybe some of you, how come the people can live for 900 years? Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the creation, isn't it? God even created the people. And to let them live even 1,000 years or 2,000 years, we have no objection. Why? He's better than us. Way better than us. So let's just see this way. We have a creation, man sin, and Noah's flood is after creation 1,656. And after that, what happened? Babel Tower raised. I think I cannot go even, let's go until the Sodom and Gomorrah, okay? And Babel Tower was built, and it says it like this in the Bible. Can you read it together?
Therefore its name is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth. And from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth.
I speak Korean, you speak Filipino, he speaks English. The reason is because God split the language during the time of Babel. Babel means confusion. Why Babel started? You remember the Nimrod? Who is the Nimrod? Nimrod is the first man, the hunter who against the God. Why? Just imagine like this. After the flood, everybody, all men, worship who? The God. You understand? So everybody in the world, in that time, only the people who worship the God. But when they make the Babel Tower, it becomes not all men worship God. Because from the Babel, the Nimrod is starting worship the sun. I don't know why it become breakout. I don't know why really, because I made it better. Okay. So again, when only the righteousness people, the right people who worship the God is there, Satan screw the world again and make it against the God. God promised and give the rainbow that I will no longer give judgment by the water, but people don't believe God and they make the Tower of Babel. Okay, can you read this?
He was a mighty
Hunter before the Lord. Therefore it said, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar.
Okay. When Nimrod died, and say that by his wife, Nimrod becomes son. So Nimrod become a god of sun. And this is the starting of sun worshipping. We need to remember the land of Shinar because this land is representing the Satan's land, the one who against the God. So when the Babylon attacked the Judea, kingdom of Judea, and when they won in the battle, the Babylon people get from the sanctuary, the things from the sanctuary, and they bring the things from the sanctuary to the land of the Sinai. Can you read it?
In the third year of the reign of King of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of the Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave him, king of Judah, into his hand, with some of the articles of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Nod, to the house of his God. And he brought the articles into the treasure house of his God.
Yes. So from the God, he carried into the land of Sinai. So, where the Satan start his kingdom is the land of Sinai. So every time when they against God, they come out from the Sinai. So when you read the Bible, you must always see and know some words coming out. You must find it where it is coming from. But actually that is originated, the place where they worship the sun. Okay, let's see this again. And after the Babel Tower, the God chose the Abraham. When God chose Abraham, he gave the covenant. From your descendant will become my people. And he says it like this. So Abraham departed as the Lord has spoken to him, which is Canaan, land of Canaan, promised the land. Lot went with him, and Abraham was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. So from these words, we know that Lot was with him together. Understand? Okay. This is the Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot actually chose not the land because he chose the Sodom and Gomorrah. And as we know, Sodom and Gomorrah is the place God suffered and they will burn everything. A few days ago, I was searching and looking about Sodom and Gomorrah because I really wanted to visit if really it was happened before. And that was not only in the Genesis. Okay, you can see this.
Here. It's everywhere. Because the Bible said it rains sulfur.
Look at the landscape. You see any grass? Nothing, right? That's the brimstone, which is
You can still
sulfur.
come here to the present day Gomorrah. You will still find this kind of sulfur. It's everywhere in the region. Because the Bible said rain, sulfur, brimstone, fire on the whole land.
Brimstone burning really high temperatures.
As opposed to regular sulfur, this pale white form of sulfur can only be found in the ruins of Sodom and Gomorrah. It cannot be found in any volcanic area or any mineral museum. Supporting the Genesis account, geothermal activity has never been recorded in the region, so these brimstones could not have come from a volcanic eruption.
Well, actually, those areas in Sodom and Gomorrah, we can find it because it says that in the Bible. The king of Sodom and Gomorrah, they are having battle in the Shittim Valley. And Shittim Valley is just beside of that sea. So the people is keep on looking for which and where is exactly the area. And many years ago, they started to have the excavation. And from the excavation, what they found out, they see all the burnt bodies. And it is the showing all the burnt body, and they try to really search it more and more. And every time they see it, they have conclusion it was burnt not by the volcanic eruption, but it is burnt from the sky too. There's a coffin, which is like a dead body today as we put the Dani in the coffin, right? So cemetery was burned with a high temperature of the fire. So even the person who died before the fire, the body come out as the burnt body. And we can see the body, the positions, they were so vivid, die position. Well, some say that the Bible is kind of myth or just a story, but the existence of the Israel country and existence of these things, because this is very near to the Jerusalem. This is very near from the Jerusalem, and you can really see it in the Jordan. The country name is Jordan, in the right side of the Dead Sea. I hope I can visit this maybe next August. Okay. One more video we can see.
Here on the site called locally Numera, and this tower behind me was excavated, and 2 skeletons were found underneath the collapse of the tower on this side and one on the other side. There was burn, destruction all through here, as you see in the picture from the excavation. However, it does seem like the collapse was able to preserve those skeletons better than most of the human remains here. You can see there's ash right here, and human remains, bones, are all through this ash. As you can see, there's this destruction layer is filled with human bone remains. Here's some ribs found in this area. Burned pottery, a total burn destruction. The excavators here, the main excavator here is Walter Rast, who excavated also at Babadra, and he describes what they found in the excavations here at Numera. He writes, "The burnt debris covering this site has appeared in almost every area excavated. Whatever the cause, it was certainly a tragedy. Obviously, the town suffered a severe fire and was forever abandoned." Now, despite Walter Rast being a secular archaeologist, his conclusion about what he found in the excavations at Babadra and here in Numera were these. He says this: "In the author's opinion, the vicissitudes of these 2 early Bronze III cities of Babadra and Numera may well be reflected in the stories of Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible." Okay, so Babadra was destroyed by fire at the same time that its cemetery was destroyed by fire. The city was never rebuilt. This city, associated with Gomorrah, has a burn destruction over it. The city came to a dramatic end with the fire destruction at the same time that Babadra was destroyed by fire. And this city was never, ever, ever lived in again. What is it that burned these cities and the cemetery at Babadra? The Bible describes it as burning sulfur raining down from the sky. And is there anything that matches this description that's still left in the geological record in this area? What is?
Yes, what the Bible says about the Sodom and Gomorrah. We are going to read one more verse, and I think I need to close it, because your eye will be closed first if I don't close it. I believe the Bible because everything happened accordance to what it is written in the Bible. Well, Deuteronomy was written by the Moses during their Exodus time. Exodus was a BC 1450, and up to now, how many years now? It's more than 3,800 years, isn't it? But the Bible says that this, even the 3,500 years later or whatever happens, there will be no people who will live. And in Deuteronomy, it says it like this. Can you read it together?
The whole land is brimstone, salt and burning. It's not sown, nor does it bear, nor does any grass grow there. Like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, which the Lord overthrew his anger and his wrath.
Yes. Did you see any grass in that land? Did you see any fruit? No people stay up to now in the land of Sodom and Gomorrah. Some say that I cannot believe the Bible. And some say that maybe half of I believe. If you want to believe the half, do not believe it. But if you want to believe the Bible, we should come seriously and take it over one by one. Because it is a time of last. And we need a faith on the words. Because the words will guide us where to go and where to live, how to live. I hope this Sabbath day you will find the way to live. Let's pray.